Resistance Battleship Sprue. The Resistance Battleship Sprue. It's cool that it comes with two of them, so that you can build old or grand battleships. This is a lot of parts, and I think if I magnetize it correctly, I can do old or grand from the same kit. It might take a little bit of extra effort, but I think it might be worth it. So when you build the core and place these down, you create a nice middle that you can attach a few other things like the different weapons. And there's this and these weapons, and those shouldn't be that hard to magnetize. It's got an empty core right here, and the inside of this is also pretty good. So I think I can get a magnet in here to click in, and I will only have to drill out this one. So that's easy enough. And these slot in to the sides quite snugly. Like there's a good amount of overlap, and it has a hollow interior. So if I put a magnet inside of this, there is a little bit of a space. I might be able to magnetize it so that there's a polarity on one side and it'll hold in, and then the other half will have the other polarity on the other side. So any left side will magnetize in similarly. So I'll be able to do the two hulls. And that same thing will easily work for any of the broadside options. And they're flat, so I could either just put a piece of metal on it so I don't have to worry about polarity, or I can magnetize in a way that the front and the back are different. But either way, they'll easily go together. Metal might be the better option there, just for polarity's sake, but magnets definitely for this, just for the extra strength. Again, for magnets, all of these already have holes, so that peg is a nice size, and that can just be a magnet. So all of those can be done. And the only downside will be I will have a double bridge, because the bridge on a Grand is in the center on this, but I'm well within happy to have two bridges instead of one, and being able to pull it apart and use it as a separate ship. So I might be one of the peg attachment points down, but that's the only thing that I think will actually be an issue. And this will be able to be any of the old battleships or grand battleships with a little bit of magnetization. So it's going to be a little bit of effort, so let me get back with you. When it came to the Resistance battleship, I just had to magnetize. This is a large kit, and I wanted to have all the options. So instead of just building one and going, it's going to be this game, I decided to break it all down into its parts and magnetize. So there are several core magnets inside of this, and I have a picture here to show off what it looks like as all of the different magnets and everything in different places. So everything is magnetized, and I made it so that there's a magnet in here that is reverse polarity, and it should go in a certain way. It doesn't want to go in that way, so it clicks in that way. And so if it doesn't go in this way, it'll go in that way, is the way I did it. So that way I don't have to worry about polarity for a part. It's just always going to be one way or the other on these. The same polarity is set up on this one so that I have either option. And then this is also set up to have a connection so that if I'm like that, it holds its shape. So I can turn an old battleship or two old battleships into one grand battleship. So all of the magnets are good for that. All of the turrets are magnetized, so they can just set right there or down low. And everything is magnetized, even this little torpedo in the center. So overall, magnetizing everything was quite fun, and when it comes to a kit this large, it's always good for the first one to be magnetized. Does it mean that I will magnetize the second one I get? Maybe not. I might just build that one, but maybe not. I will have to see in the future. But for now, I need to get this painted up. I already have a color scheme in mind. Subscribe if you haven't, so that you don't miss any future videos. I also want to thank my patrons and supporters for making these videos possible. And until next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss.